Hello everyone, welcome to Gray Main Gaming. Thank you for joining me once again here on the Wednesday version of Dreamlight Valley. We do it twice a week, Monday and Wednesday mornings. We talk about pop culture and stuff going on in Dreamlight Valley, the news. We read comments from people on the channel and all that fun stuff. We don't do anything Dreamlight Valley related, so this is just kind of like a chat session, but we do other quests. If you want to do the quest for Dreamlight Valley and stuff like that, there are other videos on this channel that do cover that stuff, so please make sure you look on the channel playlist, which I'll leave at the end of this video. We do have a lot going on in Dreamlight Valley today. Oh, did you guys see the map? Did you see the map? Oh, I'm so excited. You know what? It's kind of sad because I believe it's going to come out right when I'm having surgery, but the Peter Pan expansion is coming, or we'll update. We have Peter Pan probably around June the 18th or so, because 3 weeks from today, I'll be having surgery that day. I'm a little bit scared, but so I might, if the update comes on June the 18th, like I think it's going to be coming, I'm going to say June 18th is going to be the day, because that's almost the start of summer, and the summer update. It could be maybe a week later. I don't know. I know the current star path ends 2 weeks from today, so I'm gonna say around the 18th we're gonna see the new expansion come, or maybe the week after. Maybe, I don't know. I'm just guessing at this point. But we did get a map. We did get a clue to I believe, which is going to be to Neverland. And have Peter Pan, of course, and some of the characters from that, from that cartoon, from that animated show come into play from Disney. Probably Captain Hook, hopefully some other characters. I would like to see like Smee. I would like to see maybe, the Lost Boys. I don't think we're going to see all those, but Wendy maybe, but probably we're going to see Captain Hook, Peter Pan, and possibly Tinkerbell. So hopefully, but that has been launched. We saw the map. If you saw it, the clue, the hint, X marks the spot, and obviously it is a reference to Neverland, because of the next expansion has been kind of hinted, and it has been shown to be Peter Pan. So that is exciting news for Dreamlight Valley. We also have, starting today the 28th and ending the 17th, that's why I say maybe the 18th they're going to start the new Star Path, but this event, the Dreamlight Parks Fest, starts today, where you collect buttons, do daily quest, and all that jazz to make popcorn buckets. They have a couple of new popcorn buckets. They did this fest last year, and where you made popcorn buckets, and we have event quests for Mickey, Moana, Scrooge, Ursula, Wally. We have weekly, so those are the daily quests. We have weekly quests with Scrooge, and so we will be doing those, those quests, and making new popcorn buckets. I think we have, you can make the older ones from last year, which was, I think, Cinderella, Figment, Metallic, Mickey, Pooh from Winnie the Pooh, Stitch, of course, and I think we have two new ones this year. Doug from for one of the new popcorn buckets, and Minecart is one that is coming out, I believe, is what they are going to be adding this year in the new event. So Doug, I believe, is from Up, right? Yeah, so that popcorn bucket you're gonna be able to craft, and by collecting buttons. Doug is definitely a cool looking popcorn bucket. So you'll be doing that for the next few weeks, so make sure you do it. You also get the the maps that you can put on your wall. You have the retro Magic Kingdom map, the vintage Magic Kingdom map, and the Magic Kingdom map. You can also do so. Those we'll be doing those quests and stuff on the channel. Probably we'll work through them, and we'll see just exactly what it entails in future videos on the channel. Boy, that is so annoying. That is so annoying. That he's someone eating. But yeah, I don't know if I'm going to be around. If they launch on the 18th of June, I will be in surgery that day. That's 3 weeks from today. And I know everyone's been asking me what kind of surgery. I am having a kidney removed on June 18th. So it's a pretty big surgery. It's going to be done robotically by a urologist. He's going to be using what they call a Da Vinci robot. They're not sure if it's going to be a partial removal yet or a full. They call it a nephrectomy, where they're going to remove either part of my kidney or all of my left kidney. It's kind of scary for me. I've never had a surgery before, but if you guys remember last year, I took a small hiatus from Dreamlight Valley from the channel, and it was because I was trying to deal with this stuff. I was out of it. I was like, oh man, what's gonna happen? I have to live with one kidney, and totally worried about it. Then I had made some new friends, especially some other YouTubers that I've talked to over the course of the last year, and of course Allie's been right by my side the whole time and supporting me, and I have a tumor on my left kidney and it has to be removed. That is why. So if you remember, I went in March, I went in to have a kidney stone surgery, and that went pretty well. And that was because my urologist, and this is stuff I don't really have to say, but I'm going to tell you guys just to be, in case I'm gone for a while. My urologist says, Gray, you have to have these kidney stones removed in your good kidney, my right kidney, because we want your kidney to be the best it can be, in the best shape it can be, because you're going to be, you're only going to have one kidney. I'm going to remove your other one, or I'm going to at least remove part of it, because you have a tumor on your kidney and it has to come out. So that is what's going on. I've been dealing with that for the last year or so. So if you guys remember, I went through a time and I was probably a little grumpy. If I snapped at you or whatever, that was why, because I was dealing with a lot in real life. And I was not dealing with it too well then. I'm still a little bit scared of living with one kidney, and you know what? And whenever you have a tumor, of course you're scared. It is one thing that has to be dealt with, and it has to be removed, and so I will be doing that on June 18th, 4 days after my birthday. Isn't that a great birthday present? But it will be over in 1 day. My doctor says that I'll be going home the next day. It's just he's going to be sitting in a corner of a room with a robot and removing whatever, part of my kidney, all of my kidney. We don't know yet. I won't know till the surgery's over what he did. He'll be taking that out, and then hopefully that will be the end of it. We don't know. I could, hopefully that'll be the end of it. He says that should be all he needs to do. Of course, I will follow up after that, and then he's like, you're going to live normally like anyone else would. There's a lot of people who are born with only one kidney, and they don't even know it until they go and get scanned. So he's like, it's not going to change anything, but in my mind, it changes it a lot for me. It does. It's like, you're losing, whether it's a kidney or whatnot, you're still losing a part of yourself, and so I've had a hard time kind of like grasping that concept, but it has to be done. And I don't like anything that has to do with medical stuff. I just don't like hospitals, even though Allie works at a hospital. She's a nurse at a hospital. I just don't like hospitals, but it is what it is. It has to be done. It's going to be done on the 18th. And so that is my story. I've been kind of hanging on to that for a year, because it really has nothing to do with the channel, but I just thought a lot of you guys were asking in comments and stuff over the last year, and I decided to finally say, yeah, I'm having my kidney removed, and it's been a trial. It has been the trial of my life, and I I've come to terms with the idea that, you know, this has to be done, and it's, you know, as I said, I've not experienced a lot of surgery. This is my second surgery I've ever had. My first surgery was, of course, the kidney stone surgery I had in March, and that, I think the worst part of that was the anesthesia. I didn't even recall the surgery. I mean, the anesthesia was the worst. I felt like sick when I woke up. That was the worst part of that surgery. The recovery was nothing. I guess the recovery for this surgery will be about 6 weeks, but a lot of people I've talked to, a lot of other YouTubers have said that, oh no, the recovery, you know, you'll be up and around within like a day or two. It'll hurt, but you'll be almost normal. You'll feel normal within a couple weeks. So I said, okay, whatever. So that's what's going on. So let's get past that. So we talked about the Disney stuff. We have the event. Let's see. We're gonna go this event ends in 13 days, so less than 2 weeks you have to finish up the Star Path if you haven't done so. Let's see what's new in the shop today. We have got the White Rabbit waistcoat. I might get that. We also have the Tea Party Monkey. He's so awesome. I'm definitely going to pick him up. We have Spring Festival Rapunzel. We have an outfit for her. Park Stands bundle. We have those two cards, the pretzel stand and the ice cream stand, and some balloons. We got Carl's House, Red Panda Pillars that are 10% off for Carl's House and 20% off the Red Panda Pillars. We also have the Magic Carpets of Aladdin Ride, the Mickey Mouse Sweater Trio, the Monsters House for $3,000, and the Dancing Lion Fox for $2,000. So there you go. That is the shop today. All right, let's move along quickly so we can keep this video short. We have got Ron DeSantis. Now I'm not going to tell you where my political, where my politics lie. I'm not going to say where, what politics I follow. It really doesn't matter. What I am going to say is that let's give a round of applause for Ron DeSantis today. He passed he signed into law a couple of bills that are to protect animals in the state of Florida. And we all really should, every state should follow his lead. This really does help out. We've got Ron DeSantis has passed into law Trooper's Law. Trooper's Law makes abandoning an animal during a natural disaster a third-degree felony. That would lead up to 5 years in prison and a $10,000 fine. Bravo on you, Ron DeSantis. In Florida, he's the governor of Florida. The reason being is that some asshat that owned this dog named Trooper was abandoned. And he's named Trooper because it was Trooper's Law is in honor of a dog found abandoned by a trooper with the Florida Highway Patrol ahead of Hurricane Milton. The dog was tethered to a fence on I-75. You remember that, right? You remember they had, that went viral where they had, there was like all these winds were blowing and the hurricane was coming, and they had this this picture or this video of a dog with a car going by, and this dog that was chained to a fence or tied to a fence on a lead off the highway, and it was about to have to go through a hurricane on that fence. And who knows if that, if the fence would have who knows what would have happened to that fence. But someone rescued it. The dog has a new home, and the asshat owner hopefully I think they got arrested. I don't know if they did or not. Did they get arrested? I didn't follow that story. Trooper, I'd have to really look it up. But anyway, the dog did get adopted by a Florida couple and is happy to this day. But that makes it against the laws. So they kind of created these laws for abandoning animals during a hurricane or a natural disaster in other states too. I remember Katrina, where they passed a very like similar law that makes it a crime to refuse any person or persons that are trying to leave, right? You know, like escape a hurricane, escape a flood, whatever, escape a natural disaster, and it makes it a crime to refuse them entry onto like public transportation, into a hotel. It makes it a crime to refuse them if they have an animal, because so many animals had to be left behind during Katrina. And so they made it against the law to refuse help to any person. Did I say that right? It makes it against the law if you refuse a person any kind of aid or any kind of transportation or any kind of shelter because they have a pet. It makes it against the law. That's because of Katrina. But in Florida, this is a new law that is being passed that makes it abandoning an animal during a natural disaster a third-degree felony, and you get a fine. He also signed a bill today for Dexter's Law. Dexter was a dog that was adopted by some asshat scumbag from a shelter, and then shortly after was found abused and decapitated. Some scumbag, you know, abused the animal because he didn't like the breed. They didn't like the breed. They took the dog out of a shelter, you know, and the dog, Dexter, thinking he's going to have a happy home, comes and is abused shortly, you know, within, I think, hours. He was found later without, you know, he was decapitated and abused by this scumbag. So now Ron DeSantis in Florida has made a law in honor of Dexter. It says that Dexter's Law is in honor of a rescue dog who was found decapitated and dumped in Pinellas County Park. Shortly after he was adopted. Dexter's Law would increase punishment for especially heinous animal cruelty cases and an offender database on the Florida Department of Law Enforcement's website. So now, if you get convicted of animal cruelty, you will be on a database where they can, if you go to like adopt another animal, you will be flagged, you'll be on the website, and hopefully they'll say, go to hell. You're not touching any of our animals. So that, we have to pat Ron DeSantis on the back, shake his hand, bravo to you, Governor, because you have done what most states should be doing. Now here's the deal with that, and I'm going to quickly do this because we have to go. But here's the deal with that. You need to make it more expensive to drop your animal off at a shelter than it would be to bring your dog to a vet. Because a lot of people will say, well, I have a dog who's sick. I have a dog or cat that is old. I can't afford to bring it to a vet to have it either seen or have it humanely, I don't know why they say humanely euthanized. There's nothing humane about euthanizing, about killing anything. But humanely euthanized, because if that was the case, if it was humane, then why don't we do it to human beings who are suffering? So it's okay to let your grandma suffer, but not your dog. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't call it humanely euthanizing anything, because if that was the case, if it was humanely euthanized, I know there are now these laws in other places that, where they allow it. I think Canada does, but and like some, I don't know if some states in the U.S. I don't know anything about the whole like human euthanasia or whatever. I know they're trying to get that, but the point being is that it costs more to bring your animal to the vet, to take care of your animal, to do the responsible thing. So a lot of people end up just dropping it off at a shelter because it's cheaper, and saying, here, just euthanize it, right? Just euthanize my dog, my cat, whatever, my gerbil. Euthanize it because it's cheaper here than it is going to a vet. And your animal, your pet that loves you so much, that you supposedly love, now has to die alone in a shelter full of strangers, and with all these animals that are, yowling and growling and howling because they're scared too. Now this animal has to die around strangers because your scumbag ass can't afford to go to a vet, or you're too cheap to bring it to a vet. So we need to change that. We need to make it less expensive at the vet. We need to make it a lot more expensive to turn animals in at a shelter. Well, people say, well, Gray, if we make it more expensive at shelters, then people are just going to drop their animals off on the side of the road, like Trooper, right? Well, that's where the laws in your state come into play. Well, like with what Ron DeSantis just did with Trooper's law. If you abandon an animal at all, not even during a natural disaster, if you abandon your animal at all, you should be arrested as a class 3 felony, or was it a class E felony, class 3? You should be what was it? A 3rd degree felony. You should be charged with a 3rd degree felony if you abandon any animal, and charged an exorbitant amount of money. All right, you should be charged. When you start enacting laws like this and stop slapping the hands of animal, people who are cruel to animals, when you stop slapping them on the wrist and actually pass laws that are going to make them suffer, that are going to penalize them for abusing an animal, then you'll see change in shelters. Until the states do that, it's not going to happen. So please, pass these laws, make them stricter, raise the cost of turning in animals into shelters, pass the laws that are going to be strict if you abandon animals, and throw their asses in jail if they get caught. Simple as that. That will change the scope, the landscape of animal cruelty. That will change the landscape of shelter turn-ins. And it's Ron DeSantis is on the right. He's on the right track for that. So thank you, Governor DeSantis. You are doing the right thing, and hopefully Trooper's Law will kick the crap out of some of these asshats. So thank you again. That is such a great law. Finally, Lilo and Stitch has passed and smashed all records at the movie theater for its 4-day weekend. It has done, I believe, $360 million globally. I think 98 million domestically. But beating, I think the last one was, I think, Fast and the Furious 6, and it only had 100-something million. That was the Memorial Day record. Now it is Lilo and Stitch. I don't know. I didn't like the Fast and the Furious movies. I didn't watch any of them. I watched the first one, thought it was pretty good, and that was it. I pretty much stopped there. I thought that they were crap, so I did not watch them. But I guess the last record for Memorial Day was held by the Fast and the Furious 6. So that is, I don't know. I just can't. I mean, I really don't want to watch race car movies, and I thought the Fast and the Furious series was just, to me, my opinion was just that I didn't like it, so I did not watch. I just watched the first one. So that was the last record holder from Memorial Day. Now it is Lilo and Stitch. So congratulations to Disney. Congratulations to Lilo and Stitch on that, breaking the records for Memorial Day weekend. All right, that is going to do it for that stuff. Let's go to comments today. We have got, the time for the Grand Theft Auto short, the time where it took for someone to come along and waste me, so to speak, was 31 minutes and 47 seconds. It looks like only one person guessed for that short. I don't see any other people who even tried to guess. So BrendaMcbride, you get the 20 points for that because you guessed 90 seconds. So she was the only one who guessed, and so the only player for that short. So no one else guessed. Please do not put any times in now because I have given you the time. So if you put it in comments now, I will erase your comment because then that's kind of like cheating. You're like, I just told you the answer. So BrendaMcbride gets the 20 points. I believe RedK got the clothing one for the wheel spin on Friday. So we'll have one more wheel spin this coming Friday for Grand Theft Auto in the Grand Theft Auto video on. So make sure that you guess what category. We have a couple of guesses. Jeez, we have a couple of guesses already for that show on Friday. But if you haven't done it yet, make sure you guess a category that I will land on when I spin the wheel in Grand Theft Auto 5. I will be spinning the wheel on Friday and on the Friday show for Grand Theft Auto 5, and we'll reveal it then. And then it will be applied, and the contest for the $50 will end on June 1st, which is Sunday. So that will all be happening. We got a couple of comments here. We've got RedK says Lilo and Stitch 2, Stitch has a glitch. Technically Stitch, the movie was the sequel, but I can see Disney somehow merging the two movies together for the live action sequel. Okay, I originally thought that Lilo and Stitch 2 was the second movie. I got you. Alright, cool. Yeah, that would be, yeah. I mean, if they merge them together for the live action sequel, that would be cool. I'm sure they're going to be doing many sequels now because of the popularity of this current movie, so we should be seeing something like that. We've got Gammer says they should make Marvel and Star Wars as their own DLC, and if you don't want to play Marvel or Star Wars, then don't buy it if you don't want to. I agree with that. You know, you can choose what you want to buy in here and choose not to play it. Gamer says Happy Memorial Day. Thank you. Same to you. Robin Stewart says, I'm so confused about Star Wars on Disney Dreamlight Valley. It's just part of the Disney franchise. They own Star Wars, they own Marvel, and of course they... Remember that game, Disney Infinity? I used to play that. I have all the figures and stuff. I have them all. Well, it's kind of like that, where they're going to use every property that they own to make money in their games. That's just what happens. So Gameloft has decided, because Star Wars is so popular, they decided to incorporate it on May the 4th with a few items and a robot. There's no characters really. You have a pet robot, R2-D2, but it's just a pet. So they haven't really introduced a lot of Star Wars in here. You have a lightsaber, and I think I still have that. Oh, I don't have... Yeah, I do. There it is. That's about it. Costume and a house. That's all you really have from Star Wars. There's no characters as of yet, so it's safe. That's all there is to do with Star Wars, Robin. That's it. So, but yeah, I used to play Disney Infinity. Allie and I used to play Lego Dimensions. If you look at the channel, we have some early videos of us playing Lego Dimensions on here. Back in the day, it was probably one of my early videos. Probably almost 10 years ago. Boy, 10 years goes by fast. But I do have some Lego Dimensions videos of Allie and I playing through it way back in the day. So it's kind of funny. We also, let's see, we have a comment from Pinkrose. I like the background musical, thank you. I wouldn't mind if they added Star Wars DLC. It would be cool. Yes. Marvel, not so much, says Pinkrose. Okay, I get you. We don't want Spider-Man flying through our valley. No, I mean, that's my comment, not hers. Anyway, have a wonderful Memorial Day. Thank you, Pinkrose. I hope you had one as well. BrendaMcbride says, Happy Memorial Day, Gray and everyone. Thank you, Brenda. We have another great Memorial Day. Thanks. Hi again, Gray, says Brenda. I hope you're having a great weekend. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And that is all the comments that we have except for trivia and all that stuff, which I'll be hopefully finishing up this weekend. So we'll obviously get those out this weekend. Let's get to dogs really quickly so we can keep this video short. We're going to do a quick look-see for the pups that are available right now. We've got on the X page. Make sure you're sharing the X page. You could win $25. We're going to be giving that away, hopefully, in the next few days. I got to get things done. I got so much going on, folks. We got Bellevue. She is at Downey, California, 85692957. She's in Downey, California. Please, please, these dogs need help. We have Faye, A380892. Says her last day is today. She's scared. Of course she's scared. These poor babies. She's at Corpus Christi Animal Care Shelter, 2626 Holly Road, Corpus Christi, Texas 78415. The phone number there is 361-826-4630. That is for Faye. Number 838-0892. Please help her. There you go. We've got a blind senior named Jenkins, A1250180. Dallas Animal Services at 1818 North Westmoreland Road in Dallas, Texas. Needs help. That is DAS adopt at dallas.gov for that shelter. That's DAS, David Allen Stephen, adopt, all one word, at dallas.gov for this beautiful fellow. He's scared at Dallas and he needs out. He's blind. Poor dog. What a cutie, though. Oh, so many people. We got Bluebell, who's been on here for a while. She needs out for sure. Bluebell is number A635118. Says she arrived pregnant. Oh, man. Oh, okay. Well, how horrible. Arrived pregnant and they aborted all the babies. What a disgusting shelter. This is in Harris County, Houston, Texas. 612 Canino for Bluebell. This poor dog has been through enough. Let's get her out of there. She's number 2. The phone number there is 281-999-3191. She is number. Where's her ID number? Put her. Alright, I guess she doesn't have an ID number. Her name is Bluebell. She needs out. This poor. Oh yeah, it's number A635118. She has been through a lot. This poor dog. She just lost her babies, and now she's gonna lose her life because of these asshats in Harris County, Texas. So please, it has out-of-state adoptions. The number again is 281-999-3191. Please help her. Please help her. She's been through so much already. Alright everyone, we're going to call that a day today. Thank you all for watching. We're going to probably do some videos with this the new parks event. We had one last year. We're going to repeat it. Hopefully you have a wonderful, wonderful, magical day. Please be the best human being that you can be today. Not as you're going to be tomorrow, but better than you were yesterday. Thank you all for watching, of course. And I will see you all probably on Friday in the Grand Theft Auto. You want to do a quick trivia question for the contest that's coming up? Let's do a quick trivia contest. What is the name? And I've already said this, who was the nemesis of Captain Hook? He lost his hand, right? He lost his hand, so that's why he has a hook. Who is the nemesis of Captain Hook besides Peter Pan? Who cost Captain Hook his hand? That's probably the better clue. That's the trivia question for today. And I will see you all on Friday when I spin the wheel on Grand Theft Auto 5. And that will probably be the last video for the contest. And then if you want to tune in for Dreamlight Valley, I'll be doing probably some videos for the parks event. If not, I will be back on Monday for the Monday morning show. So I will see you all then. Have a magical day, everyone. Thanks for watching.